What's up, guys? Rick from DFS On Demand here with the one and done preview for the Farmers Insurance Open. A great star-studded field. We've got Tiger here. It's Torrey Pines, which is one of my favorite courses. And we've got some one and done stuff to talk about. So let's look back at last week at the Desert Classic. And in the Gups corner, here were the most popular players from last week. Jon Rahm led the way. Cantlay, Howell, Adam Hadwin. We opted for Justin Rose down here, who was only 90 picks. He was the 2, 4, 6, 8, 9th most owned golfer. So pretty happy about that. One of our goals was to be a little bit contrarian. It didn't really work out in our main lineup, but in our season-long lineup that we built before the year with the model, the season-long model, we did have Jon Rahm, and it banked us a little bit. So here's our current rankings. Remember, there are over, I forget what the final number was, 3,100 players, something like that. There's over 3,000 players. We have our weekly lineup in 2,200, and then in 1,000th, basically, we have our season-long lineup. So actually, our season-long lineup outpacing our week-to-week lineup. So what are we going to do this week for the Farmers Insurance? Well, let's take a look at the one and done tool here on dfsondemand.com. And the model is pretty clear about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 golfers here. It's Rory, Rahm, Spieth, Day, Rose, Schwartzel, and Hideki jump off of the screen here. Those are the leaders in the clubhouse as far as what the model thinks. There is a pretty significant drop off to the next group of golfers. Let me see if I can scroll down, see if there's anything of note here. Converging trends. So this is recent form and course history. The area of guys that we would normally look in are Day, Tiger Woods, Rahm, and Ryan Palmer. And I'll just let the cat out of the bag now because I think this is one of the most interesting and unique situations of the year, and I can't remember another time we had a situation like this. I'm taking Jon Rahm, and the reason that I'm doing so, I guess there's a few reasons. He's the favorite to win this. He's 10-1. He has the best odds to win this event. With that being said, I think it is very possible that he goes overlooked here. I'll pull up the cheat sheet really quickly. And you'll see, I mean, this is the DFS cheat sheet, but it falls in line. Like, there's a lot of big names here. Rory's here, Justin Rose, Tiger Woods, Jason Day, Tony Finau, Mark Leishman, Ricky Fowler, like Jordan Spieth. It's name after name after name. So I think just in general, no one golfer is going to suck up a lot of ownership. I think that. Rahm was the chalk last week. So over 600 players already burned him last week. He did not win. So we're not going to see like, oh, a huge run to Rahm. He finished 6th at the Desert Classic, which was great. But I feel like we're not going to see a lot of guys back it up with Rahm, who has won here in the past, is one of the hottest players on tour. I just think it's a situation where it's actually, we can get the absolute, favorite, the nut guy, to be pretty low owned here. It's a weird situation just because he was super chalky last week. And if you're not using Rahm this week, you're probably saving him for the waste management next week. So it's like, this is the sandwich week where he is the favorite, and I don't know who's going to own him. It's a really unique situation. If we go back to the one and done tool, if you look kind of season long, this is Rahm here in the green. Basically, outside of the majors or the playoff events, this is the spot we would want Rahm. I've got him valued at about $119,000 when I ran this before the season started, before I knew what the fields were. I was taking a guess, but this has been our better lineup is the season-long one. And the season-long model really likes Jon Rahm here. So we're going to roll with Rahm in the season-long. If we look at what our pick before, we're going to roll with Rahm in the weekly. If we look at what the season-long lineups are, we slotted Hideki into this spot. And I don't mind this. I think I like Hideki a lot from a DFS standpoint. He's only $8,000 this week. Go watch that video if you want to hear about that. But, Hideki's still an elite player. I think is another guy who people are going to wait to use him next week. They're going to wait to use him at the waste management. Hideki will probably be pretty low owned. So I feel like we get two pretty good bullets here. We get like a mid-range bullet of a guy who costs 8,000. He's probably, what's Hideki's number this week? Probably 40-1, something like that to win this thing. And then we get the favorite. So we have a pretty good spread and a chance to have really low ownership on both of them. So really unique situation. Will you use Rahm this week? Will you wait to save him, or have you already burned him? What are you doing with Jon Rahm? Tweet me. It's at DFS On Demand, or leave a comment below. See ya.